Ever seen someone suddenly drop to the ground and you had no idea what just happened? Was it a stroke, a seizure, or did they just faint? They might look similar in the moment, but trust me, they're very different, and how you react could literally save their life. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through how to tell the difference between a stroke, a seizure, and fainting, and more importantly, what you need to do in each situation. Alright, let's start with stroke because this one's serious. A stroke happens when blood can't reach part of the brain, either because of a clot or bleeding inside the brain itself. And when brain cells don't get oxygen, they start dying within minutes. This is a life or death emergency. You have to act fast. There's an easy way to remember the warning signs. Just think FAST. Is their face drooping on one side? A. Can they lift both arms? O. Is one weak? S. Is their speech slurred or strange? T. It's time to call 911 right now. Most stroke victims are still conscious, but they might be confused, can't speak clearly, or suddenly have weakness on one side of the body. And unlike a seizure, there's no shaking or jerking, but every single minute without treatment can cause permanent brain damage. So if you're unsure, don't wait, call for help. Now let's talk about seizures. A seizure is basically a sudden electrical storm in the brain, and depending on the type, it can look very different. The kind most people recognize is called a tonic-clonic seizure. That's when someone suddenly drops, loses consciousness, and their whole body starts shaking uncontrollably. Their eyes might roll back, they could clench their jaw, and sometimes they might even stop breathing for a few seconds. It's terrifying to witness. Not all seizures are that dramatic. Some are so subtle you might not even realize it's happening, like when a person just stares into space for a few seconds. That's called an absent seizure. Seizures can last just a few seconds or a couple of minutes. Once it's over, the person might feel super confused, really tired, or not remember anything that just happened. Knowing what it looks like and more importantly, what to do can make all the difference. Alright, now let's talk about fainting, or in medical terms, syncope. Fainting is very different from a stroke or seizure. It usually happens when there's a sudden drop in blood flow to the brain, like when you're dehydrated, overheated, super stressed, or you stand up too fast. Most people feel it coming. They get dizzy, lightheaded, maybe even a little nauseous, and then they go down. But here's the key difference. They usually fall slowly, there's no shaking, and they wake up within a minute or two. Once they're awake, they might feel weak or sweaty, but they're aware, they can talk, and they usually bounce back pretty quickly. So how do you actually tell the difference when someone collapses? Here's a quick way to break it down. Stroke, no shaking. Look for a drooping face, a weak arm, and slurred or strange speech. Seizure, jerking movements, full body shaking, loss of consciousness, and afterward they're usually confused or exhausted. Fainting, just a quick blackout, no jerking, they wake up fast, and while they might feel a little weak, they're still alert and aware. The key, watch how they fall, what their body does, and how they come back. Because in an emergency, spotting the difference isn't just helpful, it could literally save a life. Okay, now let's talk about what you should do in each of these emergencies. If it's a stroke, commanding but calm tone, call 911 right away. Note the exact time the symptoms started. Doctors need that to decide on treatment. Keep the person calm, seated upright, and don't give them anything to eat, drink, or swallow, not even medicines. If it's a seizure, steady and calming. First, don't panic. Move anything nearby that could hurt them. Gently place something soft under their head. Never put anything in their mouth. Not your fingers, not a spoon, nothing. And here's a big one. Time the seizure. If it lasts more than 5 minutes, call 911 immediately. If it's fainting, help them lie flat on their back, raise their legs. That helps get blood back to the brain. Loosen any tight clothing around the neck or waist. Once they're fully awake and alert, you can offer some water. And remember, just because someone wakes up doesn't mean you should ignore it. Never assume it was just a feint. If you're ever unsure, it's always safer to call for help. Stroke, seizure, fainting, they might look the same at first, but the signs and what you do next are completely different. The faster you recognize the difference, the faster you can help. And that could mean saving someone's life, maybe even your own. If this video helped you, tap that like button and subscribe to Emergency RN for more life-saving videos every single week. Because in a real emergency, your greatest tool is knowledge.